Hello, everybody. It's spooky season. October's here. Everybody's in a spooky state of mind. So I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to tell 3 stories. And the thing about all 3 of these stories is they happened to me. They're all true. One's very inspirational. One's freaky. And one, the last one, is just downright morbid. And if I didn't have a witness, people wouldn't believe me. Okay, so the first story goes like this. One day, I was living in Toronto, and I went to work. And there was a coffee shop in the corner, and I stopped at the coffee shop. And there's this Korean lady that always used to serve me every morning. She's always happy and singing and stuff. And it's like 6:30 on a Thursday morning or whatever. And she's dancing around and happy and all full of piss and vinegar. And I says to her, "How come you're so happy?" And she looks at me and she says, "You just have to trust in Jesus." I say, "Yeah, I know that already." And I went to work. Didn't really think anything of it. Go home that night, and 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear this boom, 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 bang, and I open my eyes. There's flashing lights. I jump up. The dog's barking. I grab the dog. I run out of my bedroom into the kitchen, and I look, and there's 5 firemen standing there. I'm buck-ass naked holding the dog. Anyways, the back of the house was on fire. So they put it out, and it was just on the outside of the house, so it didn't affect the inside. So they left, and in the morning we fixed the door. They had kicked in the door. And then they just leave, and it's right open onto DuPont for those of you in Toronto. Like, what the hell, man? And anyways, I didn't think anything more about it. I was late for work in the morning, and I walked down to the subway, and I'm standing there, and this lady's coming towards me. And she looks like disheveled, like homeless or something like that. And she's like 30 feet away from me, and she's eyeballing me the whole way. Looking right at me. Looking at nobody else. Looking just right at me. And she walks right up to me and looks me right in the face, and she goes, "You gotta trust in Jesus." You can take that for inspiration, or you can take that whatever way you want. But it was something. Story number 2. This one's freaky. So I lived in New Westminster, BC. It's a suburb of Vancouver, older area, the original capital of British Columbia. And I lived in this older area, and the place where I lived was right beside where there had been a notorious penitentiary. And the building that I lived in, the guards from the penitentiary used to live in. Later on, the girl would tell me there was a bunch of suicides and stuff in there. They didn't tell me that when I checked the place out, though. So it's an older area. Right up top of the hill, there's this really old cemetery. So my youngest was about 9 at the time, and I was trying to interest him, as a parent, trying to do this and that with him. So the artist in me comes out, and I says to him, "Let's go get some chalk and some paper. We'll go up to the old cemetery, and we'll take some etchings." In hindsight, anyways, I was trying to relate to the kid, man. So we go up there, and we're checking out what we're going to do. And it's a huge cemetery, and there's all these really old ones. And we picked this one. It's from the 1890s, and it's a family. The child had been born one day. The mother had died in childbirth the next day. And then the child and the father had lived on for quite a while. And they're all buried in this family plot. So I thought, okay, this is the one that we will do. So I take them home, and I said to him, "This week I'll go grab everything we need, and on the weekend when you come, we'll do it." So that night, I'm in bed. And out of nowhere, I'm woken up with this like huge pressure on my chest, like something's got me around the throat. Like the old hag stories. Any of you know about the old hag stories? Google it. Just like that. And I'm caught off guard. I can't really understand what is going on. And I look and it feels like there's something on my chest choking me, but there's two other entities in the room. For a minute there, I thought there's people in my room and someone's trying to kill me. And I'm trying to get up and I can't move and I can't move and I can't move. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, something tugged on one of my toes, like physically tugged on one of my toes. And I came out of it and right out of the bed. I'm freaked out. I'm like freaked out. All the lights on. I'm like, what the hell was that, right? I'm so freaked out. I'm in Vancouver, New West. My girl is working in Hong Kong. She knows it's 3 o'clock in the morning in Vancouver. I'm calling her. Hey, so what are you doing? You're not gonna believe what just happened to me. Anyways, friends of mine had suggested, because now I got to get this thing, it's got to go. It's got to go. And my one friend, he's going to me, if it's not bugging you, what's the problem? It's bugging me. So he said, just talk to it. And just talk to it. So here I'm sitting in an empty apartment in New West, talking to this ghost, or three ghosts actually, and it went away. And that's what happened. Okay, so this is story 3. This one's a little morbid. Back in the 90s, I had heavy equipment, and I had this contract to build this parking lot outside this building they were renovating in East Vancouver on East 12th. Big old building, and there had been squatters in it for like years. It was run down. So we get there, we work all day, comes to the end of the day, and we want to store our tools inside the building. So we go in, we look for the guy that's managing it. And he says, yeah, here, come on, I'll show you where you can go. So we go down into the basement, into this back room. And as soon as I walk in, I'm in the front, and I walk in, and it's cold, man. Like cold, bone-chilling cold. And it's weird. It's like walking into a fridge, but it's only maybe this time of year, actually. It was the fall, so it's not winter, it's not that cold out. And my brother was with me, and I looked at him, it's cold. I said, it's cold in here, why don't you give us a room with a window where someone could break in? So I said to him, I don't want there to be a window, somebody can break in and steal the stuff. And he goes, there's no window in there. And so when I go back in and we're looking, he's right, there's no window in there. I come back out and I said to him, wow, it's so weird. And he goes to me, well, there's a lot of weird things that happen around here. He says, you remember a couple of months ago when all over the news there was this bad heroin that came through town, and all the junkies were dying? And I say, yeah. And he goes, well, this is the building. And what had happened is all the junkies were dying, and the other ones in the building didn't want to call the cops or the ambulance or whatever because, well, they get raided and it would harsh their buzz or whatever. So they were piling the bodies in that room. Happy Halloween, everybody.